So I'm Katie Grass. I'm the business instructor here at St. Croix Regional Technical Center. My general classroom is where we actually spend a majority of our time. So going over our lectures, our lessons, our projects, things like that. If you join my full-time program, which is my 4 periods in the afternoon, you actually get to go into our bigger, I guess you could say, lab space, which is actually our school store. So as the business program, we actually run a school store right here at our high school called The Commons that is actually student ran. I teach a lot of different classes under the business umbrella. So my classes I teach are actually word processing. And in that particular class, we do a lot of typing, making presentations, learning about PowerPoints and how to properly develop those and actually give those presentations. I also teach desktop publishing, which is one of my student favorites, and that is more of a digital design type class. So students actually come in and we start off really basic with doing just some hand drawings and learning how to develop those into digital artwork. But my students are actually currently developing and making their own IMAX movie posters for movies that they've actually developed. As far as my other classes I teach business math and accounting. So a lot of our activities and stuff in those classes are actually breaking down business entities and looking at how certain things work within that business itself. And then in my full-time program, the activities are just so different. From doing projects and posters to actually doing activities within our store. So doing marketing, doing advertising, commercial making, a lot of different fun activities like that. So one of the biggest things that we actually do in my class as far as skills is communication skills. We also learn a lot of skills as far as your basic type skills. So, which is going to be a skill that, especially in this day and age, impacts all of us. Yeah, so my programs actually align with the NBEA standards, the National Business Education Association. When I look at my particular class, I find that it's probably some of the best ones for preparing students for that after high school life. You know, as students are going through high school, especially now when I'm speaking with students, they aren't always fully aware of what it is they want to do outside of high school. So my students are getting a better understanding of how to communicate different things, how to advocate for themselves, how to speak for themselves, those sorts of things. But they're also gaining a lot of new knowledge through my classes that is going to help them as well. We do a lot of things in like my math classes and my business classes that are going to impact them both professionally and personally. Right now, the biggest way that my classes or my program is involved with the community is through my desktop publishing class. We actually do a lot of design work for things within the school and outside of the school. I like to run my classroom a little bit more like a business entity itself and letting my students have a little bit more freedom than they may have in other classes. Being able to have that sort of freedom allows your students to take more pride in those projects